Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's your boy Big John and I'm here to show you how the Neo indicator is still working. Now let's start off with this. It wasn't a profitable week for me because of my own human error. I missed a couple of these great trade setups, but the indicator and the strategy itself was still profitable. So let's get into some of these trades. So as you can see over here on my chart on MT4, this is the Neo indicator dashboard and you can put as many pairs as you want over here. And this is just showing you the age/trend, which is this big red box over here. And you can also see that we've got our take profit 1 value, which is the ADR 1. And then the ADR times 2 is take profit 2. Stop hunt 1 is just going to tell you when to get ready for a trade. And then we do have the factor of the supply zone here, which will also have a demand zone as well for buys. And then we have the liquidity zone. So there's literally only about 3 to 4 confluences before you actually take a trade entry. I'm also going to show you in a 15-minute time frame how the entry would have looked for yourself. Right now we was looking at a possible sell setup from here. We wanted price action to go towards the liquidity, which it did. It hit the supply area and then we was just looking for a 15-minute entry for this sell that actually happened here. When we go down to the 15-minute time frame, you can see straight away over here that price action actually broke here and your trade went down about 130 pips. Now ADR 1 is 120 pips, which is fantastic for us. So this hit take profit 1. This was also a trade I gave out in the VIP Zoom calls, which I do at Sunday at 6 p.m. London time. And this is for everybody that does get access into this service at the moment. You will also have access to those Zoom calls. You will be able to see how I'm breaking down these trades on a trading view chart. GU looks like it's starting to gear up for a trade. So now we've got our entry here. We've got the liquidity up here. So this is a bit of a sketchy one. I would really love when these sketchy ones appear for them to just do a sharp, impulsive move before they give us an entry. So they don't try and fake us out, because this doesn't look like it's the entry here personally. Even though it's the supply zone, it really looks like they could go for this CPI liquidity wick and then give us our entry. That would actually make price action in between the 886 and the 786. What did I do here? Yeah, so but there is liquidity wicks above here which they could obviously go for. Now when we go over to GBP CAD, this was the one that was given out as a clean signal first entry. It was about a 15 pip stop loss and was a great trade. We can see here the color's a bit different this time, but it is a bearish color. We could also see that price action has gone towards this liquidity zone, and this gray box up here is the supply area. And let's go down to a 15-minute time frame, and right over here was the break of structure. Again, this was perfect for us. It literally gave us a very small stop loss. So if we do look all the way down here, price action went 170 pips, which ADR 1 was 132 pips. So TP was hit with this trade. So yeah, we just have to see what happens for this one. This is another one that could give us a trade setup. I don't like when they do form like this, like I told you, where it's literally coming into Sunday market open and it can go into the area and give us a trade. I would rather at least a Monday late New York trade, but preferably I'd like a Tuesday London session entry for a sell. My reasoning being is that it's very hard for them to form the low of the week on a Monday. It's not often they do that. The chance is very, very slim. When we go over to Euro JPY, we was looking for a buy. We wanted price action to come towards this liquidity grab. We could see the liquidity grab happen straight away on the Monday. Very aggressive move. And then we was looking for our 15-minute entry because price action had gone to the demand area. Now being on the 15-minute time frame, when price action was around this area here, we could have easily have set on our auto trading bot, which is here. And the bot would have taken the trade entry from here for you. And then you would have been able to put your stop loss down below this level here or a bit lower if you want to. And of course from there to here, price action actually went 250 pips, which was more than ADR 1. But again, your take profit 1 would have been here and you would have secured profits in this trade. Of course, we could see an aggressive sell that did happen here. We would have already banked money in this trade by partial profits, or it would have hit our break even. So it would have been a profitable trade or a break-even trade for you. Now when we go over to this section over here, there was actually another entry in the week, and this is why I started to take some losses, because I missed these entries on the JPY at first. I didn't have my auto trading on because I was taking them manual on so many different accounts, so it's a bit more different and difficult for me. If I had it on one account, it would have been fine. And we can see straight away it did provide a nice new entry here, but price action doesn't look like it was going to go all the way. It did almost hit TP1, but we still have to see what happens next week. Okay, so Euro JPY, again, same thing, but this is the 50%. There's still a liquidity down here as well. So I don't know if this will take more of the bias of the Euros or take the bias of the JPYs. A lot of the Euros are buying at the moment, but of course the JPYs we've seen have started to sell. So we just have to see if price action goes into this level. Obviously, if it does go into this level and gives us a setup, we'll take the trade just based on the fact that it has gone there. But if it does want to do a massive breakthrough, hopefully it doesn't do a silly thing and tries to give us 3 entries or 2 entries before, you know, it fakes out and goes down. I'd rather they just gave us a trade, faked out, and then just went straight for this liquidity down here with a sharp push, or at least a sharp enough push for me to know, you know, when it gets to this level here, this is what they're trying to chase. Now we have ordered JPY, and this is another trade we was waiting for price action to go towards this demand area. We saw the demand area here being touched, and we also saw the liquidity grab that actually happened. Now let's go down to the 15-minute time frame and look at what actually happened. So right over here, we can see the BOS, which is the break of structure. Again, the bot would have taken this trade for you here. Your stop loss could have been below this level, or however you decide to put it. And again, price action got to about 140 pips here, which is much more than the ADR1 value, which is 107 pips. So TP1 was obviously hit again for you, being another winning trade. It's also given another entry over here, and we can see price action did go about 115 pips before we started to see a pullback in the market. So about 80% of TP1. So I did mention last week, though, this is the funny thing. So it is still, you know, part of the understanding. So I'm not too upset why it lost. It's annoying why it lost in terms of you lost money, but I know why it did actually lose. And we did understand that there was a liquidity towards this area here. It happened on all of the JPYs. So it was trying to give us retracements from around this area here, which was the 50%. And I said, it's not really great when it gives us entries at the 50%. Sometimes it can just go off, but then there's other times they'll fake out and go lower. And here was one of the wicks here that I saw they could push towards. And you can even see as it did go to that area, it gave a buy back up. But then when was it? It wasn't NFP, was this day, wasn't it? Yeah. So towards this week, they obviously had news. I think it was the JPY news that pushed it back down. And there was China news as well. And then obviously NFP, it just kept melting. So yeah, there's a liquidity wick down here. This is where it could be going to now. If it finds a support here, then we could be seeing a trade entry back up for the buy. So we'll be looking at this pair here as one of our first pairs to be looking at for a possible re-entry this week. So I'm just moving it up there. Now we're going to go over to CFJPY, and we're going to break this one down a little bit more, because this is what can happen in the market sometimes. By all means, I'm not saying that it's just going to be a perfect trading week for you every single time. Sometimes it is going to have fake out entries, meaning price action broke the last low it did form on the 15-minute time frame, or it broke the last high depending on trade direction. And we can see over here, we did manage to get this massive stop hunt. So we had the liquidity breach. Price action went to its demand area, which was looking for a buy. We can also see it's a buy trend clearly. Let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. And on the 15-minute time frame, we can see there was a first break of structure here, and price action went about 40 pips. So it wasn't terrible. It gave you something, but of course it didn't hit our ADR1. So this was a stop loss hitting trade. We had another entry here for price action. And again, we had about 90 to 100 pips here, which still wasn't ADR1. So you would have either had a chance to put a break even there. It was about 75% towards your TP1 before we did obviously see this reversal. Now, when we go towards this reversal here, there was another entry it did provide, and this one here managed to go about 100 pips. So you can see the market was playing around with us a little bit, especially where we saw these massive aggressive sells on the JPYs, meaning they probably had a bit of a different directional bias that they wanted to actually do this week on the JPYs. But overall, they still made you money if you was to trade pretty much all of them that did appear throughout the course of the week. So guys and girls, I hope you do like what I have shown here. It's a very simple strategy, expert advisor and indicator. It's so simple. I can't explain it enough. It's not hard. All you have to do is learn how to better manage your risk, have enough capital to make some type of decent money. And guys and girls, you will be fine with this setup. There is long-term consistency in this. If you do manage to get in now for the price of 100 GBP, once this indicator is released, hopefully by the end of March or beginning of April, you will have lifetime access to this setup. If you do make a payment now, you're also going to get access to the VIP groups where I do the Zoom calls, and all of the information that you can see on the screen here is also going to be given to you once you do join the Zoom calls. There's also going to be a link for the VIP service so you can understand what's inside the VIP service, so you can better know what you're actually paying for. Guys and girls, you do not want to miss out. This is a limited time offer. You can message me on Discord, Telegram, and all that information is in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. And right now, it's your boy Big John, and I'm out. 550 pips this week. Let's go.
Started from the bottom like Drake. Got that young moolah, but I learned my mistakes. Climbing up the ladder, gotta watch out for the snakes. If you wanna be the boss, then you have to delegate.